excited to bring to you my interview with Ron Tankel today. Ron is a friend of mine and a wellness champion at my work, and you'll be able to see through the interview he has a real passion and excitement for health and wellness. Just being able to share what he knows with everybody. You'll hear him talk a little bit about how he doesn't push his ideas about fitness or wellness onto anybody, but he's always willing to show you something new he's learned or to demonstrate something if you're confused about it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Roll this in. This will help with your abs, obviously. And then we're going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do this.
Wow.
And then we're going to come back in and do that.
Wonderful.
We're going to come back out and do this. So.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Ron.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what you do at Truman and how you got there.
I am a recreational therapist in behavioral health for a program called New Frontiers, which is an outpatient setting for chronic mentally ill, and I was hired to start a physical wellness program for that particular population, which is all adults.
Wonderful. So it's fair to say that wellness is a really big part of your life?
Wellness is my life.
Wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about why you are physically active?
Andrea, I'm glad you asked me that question.
Good.
Actually, there is a strong reason for that. I was active all through high school and college, and actually, after I got out of college, my father had a heart attack when he was 50 years old. He didn't pass away, but he really started getting healthy as far as all his eating habits, walking on a regular basis, because there was a history of heart attack in the family. So that really prompted me, not only because he had that, but because it happened on my birthday, so these are significant times, and that's motivated me to just get even healthier than I was before, and probably more so in the area of the eating habits and all that. So that was it.
Wow. And that happened to your dad when he was 50.
50 years old.
And how old are you today?
I am 61.
Can you believe it? Ron is 61.
Can you believe it? It's
wow.
a toupee, folks. It's really a good one.
It's not a toupee. Okay, so you've been physically active for quite a while throughout your life. As you've entered into your 60s, have you noticed any changes in your flexibility or strength? I mean, as in reductions, or do you feel any more wear and tear on your body, or do you feel young as ever?
Andrea, another good question. You're a fine student. I will address that. I played sports up until I was 55, and that's 6 days a week. Soccer, basketball leagues, just nonstop. So I decided when I was 55 that I'd been very fortunate and I'd never really gotten severely hurt, so I decided to start making the transition then and changed my workout pattern to yoga, Pilates, a lot of the Les Mills classes, if you're familiar with those, and spinning and that stuff, which obviously is not team sports, but it has increased my flexibility, my stamina, mental health, everything. Everything is probably much better than ever before, and actually I wish I started doing this earlier because it probably would have helped with all those other sports.
That's amazing, Ron.
Thank you.
Amazing transformation. All right, Ron, tell me a little bit about your family and how they have received you being very active like this. Does your family participate in any wellness or physical activities with you? I mean, is your wife active? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Interesting. My wife is very active, but she doesn't really play sports or work out, although she's come to many of my classes before and she can do them with no problem. She is extremely active, though. She walks, she does all kinds of things, physical things, housework, chores, all kinds of stuff. So
great.
That's what she does. She's very active. She looks a lot younger than she is, too. All my kids, it's funny, I never really pushed them into sports, but they would come and watch me all the time, and they ended up playing a lot of sports themselves. My son currently in high school, he's on the swim team and tennis team, although he'd never actually done that stuff before, and he really likes it. And my daughter played soccer for a long time and some other sports. So they're both extremely active. So I guess it was the role modeling that probably must have made the difference because I'd never pushed them into it.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
How old are your kids again?
My daughter is 22 and is graduating from UMKC in 6 weeks. You're all invited to the party if you
wow.
if you only if you bring a present though.
Yes.
And my son is a junior in high school.
Wow. Okay, so you're lucky at your age. You're in very good health, and you've worked very hard for that. What are some of the things you think prohibit people from your age from being as active as you are?
Well, I've given that a lot of thought. Another good question, I might add. I really think the key to this whole thing, or one of the keys, is that once you start, you can't stop.
Absolutely.
Because if you stop, then it's going to be much harder mentally and physically to get back into it. You may not be at the same level you were before, and that can be kind of tough. So once I start, I've never stopped. I've done something every day, no matter what it is, for my whole life, and I just think I think one of the things is you got to have to make it part of your lifestyle, make it part of your routine, and make it a priority, and then you just do it. And I think that a lot of people think if they can't, this is important, if they can't work out a half an hour a day or an hour a day, then they don't do anything. And if you break it up and do intervals, you can always fit something in. So
that's right.
Yeah.
5 minutes at a time.
There you go.
So when you meet people that are your age that aren't physically active, and you can kind of tell that they might have health problems as a result of that, do you have any reactions to that? I mean, not necessarily externally, but what does that make you think? Does it make you grateful that you're active, or does it make you wonder why they're not? Or tell me a little bit about that. Oh, we got a out
Yeah,
of
nobody's
Ron.
ever asked me that question
Stumped him.
before. Here's how I'm going to answer that. First of all, I'm extremely careful, consciously careful of the fact that I try not to impose my lifestyle on anybody else other than role modeling it. So I usually, if I see somebody sitting next to somebody eating unhealthy or whatever, even clients that I work with or not doing stuff, I don't say a thing. I just try to be an example and see if that'll work. As far as seeing other people that don't do anything, it doesn't make me feel any better. It makes me feel sorry for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's more an empathetic, sympathetic kind of reaction internally. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you've told us a little bit about the classes you go to, can you talk a little bit about the fitness center you go to, or the fitness centers, I guess, that you go to, and if you've gotten any reaction being an older adult, being in classes, either from the trainer who's teaching or from other class participants? Have you experienced anything?
Well, I belong here to the gym that is an incredibly good deal for the
Here at work.
Here at work, yes,
Mhm.
Truman Medical Center.
Yes.
Which is an incredibly good deal for $25 an entire year to get to use this gym. The equipment is excellent. The classes are excellent. So that's like an option for me, since I work out 7 days a week at the Jewish Community Center, and I take different classes there. I think that the lady that runs all the classes, Marilyn Bruce, who's the exercise coordinator at the Jewish Community Center, when I first started taking classes there, I was just doing spinning and Pilates, 4 of one and 3 of the other, 7 days a week, and she convinced me that I probably needed to try to branch out and have a variety of classes, and now I'm doing a different one every day, and it's made a huge difference. And I think what happens is your muscles get so used to doing something that they kind of plateau, so you're not getting as much out of it. And mentally, you're more motivated to do something different each day.
Mm-hmm.
And you have different people in each classes, and the thing there, though, the classes up there are pretty much, believe it or not, mostly people the same age as me. Some older, some a little bit younger, but I'd say it's probably from 45 to, actually, we've got people 70 and 75 in those classes. So it's a whole group of people that are, emphasizing their wellness, and that makes it even better, when you've got other people in there at the same time that are all there for the same reason, so it's really good. The classes here are excellent. The classes that I've taken here are pretty much, there are some younger people in there, but I think it's good that they see older people, so maybe that's something they can strive for and see if you keep doing stuff, it'll be good.
Absolutely. Another example of role modeling.
There you go.
Absolutely. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Ron.
you.
Well, thank you very much for taking time to spend with us so I can share this with my class. I think you're a wonderful role model of health and wellness at any age, especially, I was shocked when I found out that you were having your 60th birthday party last year.
So was I.
I couldn't believe it, because if you saw the way Ron walks and talks around here, you wouldn't think of him as your stereotypical 60-year-old. So thank you, Ron. I really appreciate all your help, and I'm looking forward to sharing this video with everybody.
Thank you.